It was me and another person who actually was killed by the police, Robert Waterwich. So the two of us worked on this AGM. And the outcome of the AGM was that it was banned by the police. They actually physically banned an annual general meeting. Because of the nature of Grassroots, and also because they saw the AGM as a potential threat of what's going to happen. So that's my engagement with media. I think I was part of the welcoming committee when Mandela was released on 1990, on the 11th of February. And again, there I served on two committees. One committee dealt with media. So we sat down the Saturday, he was released on a Sunday. And we're like, how do we get the message out to people that he's going to come out and he's going to be at the parade? And luckily that time, the Sunday Times, which was the main newspaper that were printed on a Sunday morning, decided they're going to run the story on the front page. And they're going to produce, they normally put the headlines on posters. They were going to produce the posters as well. And that was a huge mobilizing tool to get people at the parade. And I must say, if people, Cape Townians will remember that we were over 250,000 people that came out for Mandela's release that day.
That's a really powerful story about like how even still with this like grassroots media campaign, you were able to get the word out there. So could you just talk a little bit more about like what was the state-sponsored media like at the time?
I think the state-sponsored media under apartheid, you had television, and a lot of people didn't have television at home, but you had television, you had radio, and then you had print. All of that was controlled by the government, by the state, by the police in some instances. So what they would do in terms of newspapers, they would try to get the editor to be on their side, to be work for the government as a state spy. If they couldn't do that, they sometimes would put someone from the security police in the newsroom, and they would determine what can be written and what can't be written. Obviously, these are backed up by laws that they wrote, and the laws were very repressive in terms of media.